Beautiful summer weather. We're somewhere on a beach in Cape Town, and we're planning for 2026. If you had a goal for 2025, I'm sorry to announce that you're running out of days, because 2026 is around the corner. And traditionally, at this time of the year, many of us start thinking about training for the big ultras in 2026. And one of the most well-attended, certainly sells out all the time, well in advance, people crying over the fact that I didn't get a ballot, is the Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon. And this woman here next to me, Kraus, not Cruz, as I've often said in the past, Nikki, is where much of the love and sometimes the ire is directed when people cry and say, I've been a runner for so many years and I didn't get in. But I guess that's how popular it is, the Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon. Nikki Kraus heads up marketing at Totalsports. Jurgen's Ace, he's recently come on board as one of the co-owners of Versus Socks. They've taken the market by storm, and they're recently involved in the Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon. And of course, from Stillwater Sports, also, I guess, recently involved. Congratulations, the new staging and commercial partner of the Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon, Stillwater Sports. Wade Bromfield is their general manager. I'm here to have fun. So let's start by having fun. Wade, what are we doing here? Where are we and what are we doing? What is TTOM, or Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon Talks?
Well, thanks, Muizenberg. So the thinking behind the TTOM Talks is really to engage with runners and take them behind the scenes and really let them get a context around the backstories and engage with sponsors like Totalsports, like Versus, as well as a representative from ourselves of the race to kind of understand what's happening behind the scenes. And we thought to align that with taking runners en route. We've got a lot of first-time runners joining us, a lot of internationals from around the world and the African continent. And we wanted to just highlight 5 iconic locations en route. And so we'll launch a series of 5 bespoke TTOM Talks, and this is the first. And we thought it would be fitting to start at Muizenberg here in the morning when runners reach the coast. It's their first light of the morning. And so they get to see the oceans for the first time and obviously kind of gauge how they're feeling. It's still a long way to go after they reach the coast. It's still the
inviting part of the race.
Yeah. So we're here today at Folk Cafe, and a big thanks to Lawrence and the team for allowing us to be here. But this is an incredible location en route. It's a very, very welcoming spectator point. It's a great place for families to welcome the runners through, because I'm sure a lot of families will be traveling down from around the country or around the world. And it's a beautiful place to be this morning. We're hoping for weather like this. It's a beautiful day. And looking forward to exploring the first of five talks.
Looking forward to those iconic locations. You're nodding your head, so you clearly ran past here and had fun.
I have. I ran past here a couple of times. Wasn't having fun.
First off,
well, that should talk about the state that I was in. But yeah, it's a beautiful part of the race. As Wade was saying, the sun is just coming up, so you're still in good spirits, and it's really, really beautiful. The support along the route, it's just starting, but it's amazing.
What I love most about you, Nikki, is you walk the talk or run the talk, running Ironman, you name it. I'm sure she'll tell us more about her journey as these 5 TTOM Talks unfold, but she really does walk the talk. Wait, let's back up a little bit here. Staging and commercial partner. What does that mean? What do you bring to the Totalsports 2 Oceans Marathon?
So we were appointed in August this year, and we came on board as, to your point, the staging and commercial partners, where in essence we need to work very closely with the 2 Oceans Marathon NPC and the board to make sure that the event is delivered and executed in a world-class manner. And part of that, in terms of our roles and responsibilities, is we are in charge of the execution of the event. So engaging with the city, making sure the compliances are in order, as well as commercializing it. So working with brands like Totalsports, Versus, and a host of the established brands and more. We've got some very exciting announcements still to come, so this is just one of many. But in essence, we are working with the board to deliver a world-class event. And for those that have experienced the events that we've organized in the past, it's a minimum expectation for runners to expect. We're looking to bring some some world-class elements, some innovations, and really put our mark on uplifting the Two Oceans Marathon to what we believe it to be, one of Africa's greatest and biggest road running events.
Yeah, agreed. And again, nodding here, but straight out of the gates, boom, a new extension into 2030 with the Totalsports. Talk to us about that. Was it a no-brainer?
Well, absolutely. And for us, this is it really is one of the most beautiful marathons in the world, or ultras in the world. So for us as a brand to be able to extend the sponsorship for another 5 years was, as you're saying, it was a no-brainer. I think for us it just shows the support of Totalsports for running in South Africa. So yeah, to be able to be involved with the event again for 5 years is amazing.
What do you do in that 5 years? Clearly you've got lots of plans, but what does it mean in terms of long term?
Well, I think, as Wade was saying, it's really about giving back to the runners. It's giving back to the runners, making sure that they have an event that is top class, that they have an amazing experience from start to finish on race day, having the time of their lives. So for us, it is really about elevating the event and giving the runners the best day of their lives.
Best day of their lives, I guess. Jurgens knows a little bit about that as well, because I've seen how Versus have just exploded, but you've also had your own events which have been very popular. All the guys with the little mustaches there, and the caps, and the mullet, business in the front, party at the back. They were at their half marathon, and it's been encouraged by the amount of young people that have taken to your events. Before that though, what's Versus all about? And welcome to TTOM.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, it's a big privilege for Versus to, after 10 years, to step into, I feel, the biggest stage for us. Really an exciting chapter for us, and to get that opportunity. But also to influence on a massive stage, an iconic event, 37,000 people in total. It's a great, also for us, just that extra confidence that we are moving in the right direction, and to influence, and also to add as much value as possible to an already amazing event.
So if I'm encountering Versus, maybe I'm from another part of the African continent, we have a lot of people traveling in to take part in this event, or in the world indeed. What's Versus all about?
Yeah, Versus is all about, so we specialized in performance socks. Running is our main category, so all our focus is on making that product as good as possible. In our terms, we want to be the world champs in just one product, and that's running socks. So yeah, I feel we're moving in the right direction. The big audience that we work with, that's actually our owners of the brand. Okay. They keep us accountable. If we have a good product, we get that feedback. If we make a mistake, they give us the feedback. So I think just on this volume, but they can expect a high quality product and something less to worry about on race day. That is, your socks are taken care of.
A bit nervous, as you say, you've mentioned 37,000 a few times, so it's a big market that's opening up. It will go well, but are there some nerves there?
Yeah, I think it's always, can't get too complacent, but I think we really have worked a lot on the product after this 10 years specializing in one product specifically. But to also, the tweaks that we've done year on year, and high volume of feedback that we do get, I feel we've put it to good use. And just to put it, we are confident that we can put it on 37,000 people's feet come race day, so it's going to be very exciting for us. Our team will be on the sideline, on the start line, finish line. So yeah, very excited for our team to be involved.
Yeah, that's the word, isn't it? Exciting. Because even if you go onto the TTOM page or some of the press releases that have been put out by the Stillwater team, that is a key word, exciting, Wade, and it always comes across. This must have been exciting for you, but perhaps one of just many to come?
One of many to come, and one of many that we've been privileged enough to announce. You know, when we took over in August, it was quite a daunting task, because we really put ourselves out there with aggressive value offerings to both the sponsors and the runners. Our first undertaking to the runners was to commit that entry fees would not increase for 2026 and 2027.
Danko.
Our pledge on value was also for runners to make sure that runners in the half marathon also got their T-shirt included. In the past, they had to pay as an additional item. And now when we engaged with Jurgens and his team, when runner value was top of mind, Jurgens and his team were saying, we've got a great solution for you guys and something bespoke for the runners that they're all going to welcome. And when we explored the opportunity with their team, we were so excited because we also know the passion and the energy that the Versus team pump into every property that they associate with. So for us, it was an amazing synergy. And then just building on that, Nikki, for Total Sports to come in, extending your partnership to 2030, that's a 5-year extension, which for us is a complete game changer. I think sometimes runners don't always have the full line of sight in terms of what a title sponsor can do. And it allows us to really roll out long-term strategies and visions for the event. Where are we going? Because sometimes when you're looking at renewals on a shorter term period, you're trying to make sure that you're happy with delivery over the term. But now with a bit of freedom over 5 years, it allows us to work with you, with Versus and the other partners to say this is the direction that where we want to be in 2028, 2029, 2030. And that's the exciting part.
Yeah, it's also like about shaping the journey, the running journey. Because before, I remember back then when I was running, when I used to pay 20 Rand to enter 10K, I go there, get my cotton t-shirt, buy one pair of shoes for the whole year, and that's it. That's the last time they'll see me in the sports shop. But now, certainly things have changed. Gear, socks, running shoes, gloves, tights, different kinds of tights. Men wear tights. Before, in my running club, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing tights. I'd be kicked out. But Kipchoge wore them, so I said, I'll wear them too. You know, and there's so much in terms of gear, understanding of running, knowledge, and that's one of the main reasons why I go to the stores that I go to speak to the person who has a little bit more knowledge, to fit me with the correct footwear, all of that. And I think the modern runner is very different from the runner. Certainly if I look at myself and how I've changed over the last 20 years, it's very different. How do you see your role as Total Sports in guiding the modern runner, especially with many new legions of runners joining in the last 5 years?
Well, I think, you know, what Total Sports, what we pride ourselves on is that we are the home of running. So whether you are a runner who's starting off, whether you're a seasoned runner, or if you're looking to move from a half marathon into a marathon or an ultra, we've got a team of specialists in store who can guide you in making sure that you have the right equipment to take that step onto the start line. So whether that's running shoes, whether it's apparel, these are critical choices that need to be made, and investments. So, you know, coming into our stores, you'll get the right guidance and the right advice for apparel and for footwear to be able to get you to the start line and beyond in your races.
Yeah. Stuff like even small things. As you're standing there, a chafing cream. I didn't know. I was all the years. Sometimes I was mixing the wrong stuff and then having more problems because someone told me about a home remedy that involves Vaseline and all sorts of things. But then I got the right cream. So the guy said, "No, I just use this cream and stop using your home remedies." And then I had no problem. So I think it is also about sharing of knowledge, which you get there. Look into our crystal balls now over the next couple of years. I'll start with you, Jurgens. For you, maybe it's this first. Let's get through this one, but hopefully it'll be a long-term journey for you with the Total Sports to Oceans Marathon. What are you hoping to bring?
Yes, absolutely. I think we are very happy with the growth so far in our domestic market. After 10 years, I feel we're the market leaders, but we can't become complacent. But we will also want to invest in the future, and I think this is the right step for us to show the community that they've supported us, and the more they show up, the more we will reinvest in the sport and in the community and make it as comfortable as possible, and also a brand that they can feel proud of. That is a local brand that they've established. I mean, like I said before, the community or the runners, they are the owners of the brand. Without them, we are nothing.
Yeah, that's so true, because still talking about those years ago, they were mostly international sock brands, and whatever else you could find, you ran in all sorts of kinds of socks. So well done on the growth of your local brand. Before we get to you, we'll close it out with Nikki Wade. These talks that we're having and sharing knowledge with the runners, also will inspire people to bring questions to us, which you're happy to field because we have lots of questions about the race and about these changes and what it means. Can people come with questions?
Absolutely. So without a doubt, we're an open book. We've been as transparent as we can. Even the ballot process, I know it hasn't made too many people happy because it's just the process that we follow. And even then, we released all of the calculations and the rules and how it was applied. And also on socials, we also posted out saying or asking runners what heritage and legacy and traditions of the Total Sports Two Oceans Marathon would they like to see return. We got some fantastic responses, some adverse comments, which we just had to scroll through and take with a pinch of salt. But there were some really wonderful ideas that came through. Some as an example, calling out the event to start with the fish horn and move back to those traditional elements that comes with the voyage of two oceans, the nautical theme. And we welcome those kind of comments because it's the essence. So similar to Versus, where the runners are the embodiment of the brand, it's the same as the Total Sports Two Oceans. We're here to make sure that the runners who actually support and drive and have been part of the legacy of this event are heard, and they enjoy what we kind of bring back.
And it's also an important truth for us runners to accept that when our events grow, which we are happy to see, and now start to become world class, you can't enter the week before. You can't be guaranteed an entry. If I want to run any of the marathon majors, I need to enter a ballot. And that's where our big races are moving towards. And we have to accept that as a necessary part of growth and putting on a world-class event. So then, putting on a world-class event, what's the next 3 months? Very busy as we move towards mid-April.
So very busy, but even the first 3 months that we've been here, we haven't been too lethargic, I assure you. We've been engaging with the city, making sure that the issues that they raised of 2025 have been addressed and improved on. We've also been very busy on the commercial front, engaging with brands. And like I said, we've got some exciting announcements to come in the next 3 months. But it's also making sure that the engine of the Two Oceans Marathon continues to pump. We've got the expo announcement that we've made a couple of weeks ago, moving back to the CTICC, which we're really excited about. Kind of the main purpose behind that announcement was accommodating more runners in the future as we build the capacity of the Two Oceans Marathon. And at the same time, we want runners to experience a world-class environment. And the CTICC is arguably one of the best venues to use. And we look forward to welcoming runners there. Again, in the comments, they've raised a few concerns of previous years of queuing and those sorts of things. But we've got a fantastic team that are really addressing those. And that's a good example where runners' voices are heard. We want to make sure that any gripes or areas of concern are addressed, and then anything that they enjoy. So we received a lot of positive sentiment moving back to the CTICC. And again, outside of that, it's making sure that the T-shirt designs are done. We've put those into production, and we're going to be announcing those in January. So there's a host of different things that we've been doing, and that's also kind of the purpose behind these TTOM Talks, is to make sure that runners get a bit of insight behind the scenes. It's not always around the newsletters that you get, the WhatsApps, the social media posts you get to engage, or secondhand information through the clubs. It's nice just to hear from the people that make the big decisions and the partnerships to be here and get a bit of insight behind the scenes. So that's kind of what we've been busy with, but I can assure you December break isn't on the cards. We might have a few festive breaks, but outside of that, we've got a big task ahead of us, and we're looking forward to a great 2026.
That's true for all of us. If you're training, you heard it, right? No December break. No. No. Training. You just stop Christmas Day, Boxing Day, that week, until New Year's Day, and then you're back on the road to get ready for the Total Sports Two Oceans Marathon. Give us a message then, Nikki. One message. What would you like to leave us with? For those of us who are participating, for those of us who are supporting, whatever. Give us a message.
Sure. I think for those runners who are participating, you are in for an amazing event. I think you are going to enjoy yourself, enjoy the last couple of months of preparation in the lead up to the event, but you're going to have an amazing time. And remember that the finish line is actually just the start of an amazing journey with running, and with this event. So yeah, enjoy the next couple of months.
Yeah, and it's an awesome weekend. Listen,
Yeah.
if you didn't get a ballot, come and enjoy. That's what I'll be doing. And I watch the race and I stay and watch the half marathon afterwards. It really is a wonderful weekend, and there's also trails added, and it's a wonderful weekend to be in Cape Town and enjoy the Total Sports 2 Oceans Marathon. We're looking forward to 2026. See you soon.